Culture. Music is almost certainly the most widespread Cuban artistic manifestation in the world. Since the beginning of the 20th century, Cuban music expanded beyond the limits on the island, and since most of the rhythms that have emerged have had similar success, establishing standards even at the international level. The culture of Cuba is known throughout the world, especially for its music. Music is an important element of Cuban society, and traditional styles continue to be popular and influential. Cuba is the vitalist country full of music, poetry, song, dance, and the conversation. If you like music, you ought to visit Cuba. You can visit Havana. Havana is the capital of Cuba. The Spanish colonial architecture in the center of whole Havana from the century includes the Castillo de la Fuerza Real, a fort and maritime museum. What we do recommend is a tour of Havana in Almendron.
In Cuba, the Quechua language was recorded the language of the Indians. We lived before the arrival of the Spanish. It should be noted the language in Cuba is Spanish, and it is most used in the most of the regions of Cuba. The official language in the Republic of Cuba is Spanish. White I used in the most of Cuba and the high level of education. Of populating the core use of the language, wide vocabulary for Cubanite.
Cuisine. The gastronomy of Cuba is a fusion of Taino customs, Spanish, African, and Caribbean cuisine. In Cuba, you must taste yuca into delicious. Cuban recipes share the wisdom of combining species and techniques inherited or retained native Tainos and later combined from Spanish and African cuisine with certain Caribbean influence in Spain and flavors. They are influenced from the African slaves who cultivated the majority of the sugarcane plantation, despite the fact that in most cities they constitute a minority and the gastronomy in Cuba is very rich in flavor, strong ingredients, and done special expensive for visitors to the beautiful country. Closer cuisine who uses a lot of pork.
In traditions, we have 1. Fruit Festival in Santiago de Cuba at the beginning of July, one of the most anticipated festivals with locals begins, known as the Far Festival. 2. Carnivals in the Cuban province end of June and July. The characteristics of this show be quite similar among of the regions. Floats, the Santiago Conga, typical Cuban meals, live music, fireworks, sale of accessories to decorate to body. 3. Parada de Remedios in Villa Clara. This celebration is one of the most popular and attractive in Cuba and will be very important for many years. 4. Cuba Disco Festival May is an international party that brings together many high-level singers, composers, and artists.
Varadero. On your trip to Cuba, visit the beautiful city of Varadero, located in the province of Matanzas, about 2 hours from Havana, Cuba. It is considered the closest point to the United States, bordering the city of Florida. Trinidad. In this tourist destination, located Havana. Among the tourist attractions of Havana, Cuba, the famous festivals stand out, such as the Havana Film Festival, the International Ballet Festival, and the Jazz Plaza Festival. You have to go. Santiago de Cuba is a tourist area par excellence located in the north of the country, very close to the Caribbean Sea. Do not stay with the desert and think that you could have a visit. all this place.